Look, you fat fuck Trump, if you listen to this, you listen good, because what I'm getting ready to say is what a lot of people in this country speak for, who I speak for. And I speak for a lot of fucking people. You hear me, you fat asshole? This is what we believe. You're right. I got Trump derangement syndrome. I hate the motherfucker. And you know what? I don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. I want to hate him more. I pray to God in heaven, God reign the righteous reign of Trump derangement syndrome. Me. Pray for me, Lord. I'm your vessel on this earth. Pray for the people that listen to this. We want more. We want to hate the son of a bitch so much that we can't see straight.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the King Leo Show. Glad we could start off the show with that. That's one of my all-timers now. Let me make sure the audio's okay.
People that listen to this, we want more. We want to.
1 second, everyone. We have to see the audio's okay. How's everyone doing tonight? Good evening, everyone. Perfect. I hope everyone else is having a grand old time. You know, I just got back from Colombia. Good to see James Carville there. Well, that's one of my favorite clips of him as of recent. How's everyone doing today? We have a lot of news to get to. It's been eventful. I know. Everyone is like, King Leo, you disappeared at the same time as Benjamin Netanyahu? What is going on here? I assure you it's only a coincidence. I assure you the Colombian elections are secured in the benefit of the United States. We're going to be okay, all right? Don't worry about it. It was a great little mission down there. All right. It's not 10 o'clock yet. It's not 10. Let's do our plugs, man. And you'll pardon me if I'm a little bit distracted because there's huge baseball news going on right now, man. And I'm usually not a sports guy, but, Venezuela made it. So I'm very, very excited to watch that against the United States. So even if I lose, I win, But I do hope Venezuela takes it. Oh, he's disloyal American. All right, say whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. All right, let's get to it. We have here, first of all these links are in the description. Are they in the description? I think I might have to update the description. Good thing we started early. The Discord server, which is absolutely free. We also have the paid tier of the Discord server, which is over here on Patreon, which you can get, which gets you the King Leo Movie Club, which we were behind on this week. But I caught up early today. And we also have the What Would a Postmodernist or What Would a Piers Morgan parody bracelet available at the link below. All right, everyone. Let me make sure this is updated. But a warm welcome to you fellows on to the King Leo Show after our little hiatus here. Let me double check. No, we did not put that in there. Let me put this in there for you guys so everyone can join the Discord and do whatever they want. And we'll get to the news. We're still 2-0, dude. I'm very, very excited about this game. It's a great game. A great game last night, too. Venezuela beat these Italian monkeys' ass. Go back to Italy, you freaks. They're all American players anyway. I'm very excited about this. We're mid-7th. All right. So we got to watch out there. All right. I'm gonna be on my phone following the New York Times update on the score. Full transparency, it's almost over. It's 7th inning, okay? But beyond that, how's everyone doing tonight? Welcome to the King Leo Show. I'm glad you guys are here. We have to start with our usual skits on Watch Dude. And I gotta tell you, it's not that stuff built up just from not being here. It's just, I came back to this country. I leave here for 4 days, and the world falls apart over here. Was I holding the glue together? We have gas for $3.99 over here in Miami. That's it. I wasn't like that before I left. Was I holding the whole thing together? It just doesn't make sense. Let me update the Discord, by the way. Let me let everyone know that we're live. I come back to this country and it's hell in a handbasket. Everyone's gone crazy. Everything is going to shit. And I'm astounded at the way this is working out, man. Like $3.99 gas? Are you kidding me? The thing is, a lot of people are complaining, but in theory, this is the funny thing. In theory, that wouldn't be that bad because we had $4 gas when I was a kid back during the financial crisis. And that was pretty bad. However, or just before the financial crisis, but I think even throughout the financial crisis, it's pretty sticky. What is the, nowadays $4 gas shouldn't even hurt. You shouldn't feel it, but then wages are not indexed to inflation. So we're just screwed. It's just, I leave the country for 4 days and then gas is $4. I was holding the whole country together. It was me. I mean, it sounds like a coincidence, but how you doing, Eves? Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Let's get very apropos to this, bottom of the 7th. All right, great stuff. 2-0 still do that. I think America is hitting right now. All right. Let's get to it. Let's do Schizo Watch, and we have to start over here with President Trump still sending mixed signals to the Latinos. All right, so I told you guys yesterday Venezuela lay a beating on these Italians. It was great stuff. How you doing, Bashir? Nut, liver, in hell, and has 2 heads. Okay. I don't really know what you're referring to. All right. And President Trump today, during St. Patrick's Day, had this to say about the Venezuelan baseball team. It's just, we're hated one day, the next day. Let's see what he said about us today.
They don't know how to fix it. So they have to get new people in charge. That's what has to
the
happen.
relationship we have with Venezuela has been, I think you could almost say, incredible. It's been really good. It's been good for Venezuela, and it's been good for us. And I congratulate the Venezuelan baseball team because that was a big win, and I guess they play another game tonight in the finals.
I mean, this is really something. Like, this pause here.
This is the first time they've ever been in the finals, and it was pretty exciting. Yeah.
President Trump is just as excited as I am that Venezuela's playing in the final. So I guess we're cool now. I guess that the Latinos and President Trump, Venezuelans in particular, were cool. Thank God they won. If they lost, the losers, they won. And if they win tonight, dude, this is going to be great stuff. We're at 1 out still. Bottom of the 7th, dude. This is a great game. Fuck, dude. I hate that I'm missing this. But whatever. The show needs to go on. I deprived everyone, and I'm not going to go out here on sports, but I'm just going to keep following the score. If they win, President Trump is going to love us. The Venezuelans beat America. We're still the greatest, but they are a great team. It'd be great. It'd be great. All right. How you doing, Ephraim? Missed you. The barrel of oil is definitely going to at least 180 in, say, 3 weeks from now, if not roughly 220, I think. Oof. Well, I don't know. We'll talk too much about Iran because we're going to talk a little bit about it because last night my producer calls me and he's like, dude, this war is scary, bro, because the Iranians, they have this guy, Lubajani, I think that's how you pronounce it, who's running the whole show. And this guy is a hardcore Iran-Iraq master, crazy general. This morning, Bibi kills him. What? It's just, I don't even understand. And it seems like they're going to send ground troops. How you doing, Audio Vibes? Eve says, every time I see Trump, he's talking like he's in love with the Venezuela and Marco's doing magic there. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Baseball's utopia. Yes, 2 outs. 2 innings left. All right. I wanted to follow up here with this, guys. We talked about this trailer, which led me to one of my more successful recent videos, where I was talking about how Asians have low self-esteem. And I actually got a lot of reception there. Good reception from the Asians. I made one about Nigerians today. Let's see how that goes. That kind of explained to me why there's a bit of an inferiority complex and how to fix it. And I wanted to show you that the director of this movie, where an Asian woman goes under cosmetic procedures to become white, made this movie. So let's see the inside of the Schizophrenia. If you don't remember, this is the movie Slanted.
I think Lucy Liu and Charlie's Angels.
Let's make sure we have good volume here.
I think Lucy Liu and Charlie's Angels was definitely a form of pride for me to have, like an Asian woman be a lead in a huge blockbuster and be desirable. And she looks so fucking hot. She still does now, but I think that was a big moment for me. And I think Crazy Rich Asians was a really big moment too. A slew of incredible Asian American stories have come out in the last decade. That's been awesome to see the celebration. I think that's been really cool.
I think it's just so lovely to think that we get to be part of this community that we create for, and you're always going back and forth. I think a moment that always stands out to me is the first time I went to Sundance in 2020, and I just went to see Minari because there was just like an Asian boy in my pamphlet. I was like, oh, let me go see. That year was the first year I got to experience the magic of that film festival world, and I was my first lead, and then the whole cast came out, and it was so serendipitous. It felt like I was exactly where I was supposed to be.
So these people are crazy. Let's look up director Amy Wang to see where she's from. Let's look it up real quick. No, not the tennis player. Director. Where is she from? Because I heard a bit of an accent there. Where is she from? I couldn't find this earlier. Originally from Sydney, Australia. So hang on here. I'm a little confused. So some tether. I didn't know tethering was happening to the Asian American community as well. Some Asian from Australia is making this movie. She's saying here that she was very proud when there was a hot Asian woman lead in the United States film industry for Lucy Liu, which I think everyone's a fan of. And so she decided to repay the favor by making this horrific film where an Asian woman undergoes surgery to become white. This is neurosis, dude. This is neurosis.
We live in hell. We live in the gutter.
This is insane. Dude, if you wanted to know why this movie was insane, and I'm so glad to Suzanne who sent that in. This is why only a disordered mind. People don't realize this, but the way people act in the world, the way that the things that they do point you to where they are. And now here you see a little bit on the back end where why would you make this movie if you want Asians to be represented well in Hollywood? This is inherently, maybe it's a little tough here. It is inherently a white supremacist film. I haven't even seen it. But the fact that you're saying that Asians have to undergo white surgery to be accepted or something, you're showing that you are a white supremacist. You know, that's what it is. This is low self-esteem, insanity. But it really struck me that, dude, these interlopers come into the United States, and I'm first generation, so I'm not even speaking as some Mayflower American, and they cause problems within minorities. I've seen this in the Latino community. This happened with that Hot Cheetos movie. These interlopers come in, and they make everyone insane. And it's just crazy, dude. Like, there's no way they're not just trying to make you crazy. But let's move on. I thought it would be important to follow this up. And speaking of crazy, let's look over here at the, we kind of saw this earlier too. They're testifying in Congress now about Mexico's plan to conquer the United States.
If I can just read a couple of quotes. These are from senior Mexican officials. The first one is from a Mexican senator, a member of the Morena Party, the ruling party. He sits on the Senate's National Defense Committee, probably the most powerful committee in the Mexican government. He says, quote, "Mexicans are in our territory. California, Nevada, Texas, Utah, New Mexico, Arizona, Kansas, Oklahoma, Colorado, and Wyoming. We're going to take back the territory that was stolen from us." Sounds crazy, and yet you can find dozens of quotes from senior officials that work for Sheinbaum, other senators. They view mass migration as a tool by which they can advance sovereignty in the United States. And a lot of people are surprised to learn that the Mexican government actually has elected senators and members of their chambers of deputy that serve in their government, but actually live in the United States. And their job is to represent Mexican Americans living in the United States before the Mexican government. I would certainly see that as a challenge to our sovereignty.
This is insane, man. I don't even know who this slop is for, because this is designed to make you crazy. Can I level with you here for a second? Mexico doesn't even control Mexico. Mexico can't control Chiapas or Sinaloa. Those cities are controlled by communist guerrillas and the cartel. Look, man, nothing against the Mexicans, because all Latinos have this fault. Speak for myself. We are not the best managers, all right? Chile is the best manager of them all, because we got that Visigoth blood. But putting that aside, putting that national aside. What is this? Who is this for? Why is this being platformed? Okay, maybe a Mexican senator said something a little controversial. Don't we all kang every once in a while? Don't we all do a little kanging? I mean, come on, America, manifest destiny. Talking about making Venezuela the 51st state, Cuba, Canada, Greenland. We're in the age of kang. We was kangs. They can talk a lot of shit. America talks a lot of shit. This is supposed to elevate your cortisol. This is supposed to make you go crazy. I don't think that Mexico, a country incapable of managing its own territory, is the sovereign threat to the United States that's going to take back Utah, California, Colorado, New Mexico. What's the other four corner state? There's another. This is insanity. I don't know how you could believe this. I really don't. And they're platforming this stuff. This is like jingoism to an extreme that I don't understand, man. These are our largest trading partners, but there's a secret plot that Mexico has, despite their inability to do anything in Mexico. Mexico, okay, it's doing better now than it was a few years ago. Mexico cannot control its own border with Guatemala, and we're supposed to be here and say, these crafty Mexicans, these clever Mexicans. Brother, what stage of Oakley sunglasses, profile picture, bald do you have to be to buy this? How can you buy this? How can you buy it? Let's continue, man. Let's continue. It's just insane. Let's see over here. The White House is not stopped. How you doing, Jason? How you doing? 8 fingers in 2 thumbs. That's a good one, sir. Let's see here what the White House is posting in regards to the war in Iran, which I guess is happening. I'm not really sure, and no one is here.
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it. And here comes the heat from the USA. Boom! Pins down. What a strike. That's right. Who do you think you are?
I love Freebird as much as the next guy, dude. But we're doing 80s, 90s, 2000s bowling strikes. What was it? I don't remember how to bowl, dude. I haven't bowled in years. It's strike. It's like when you leave one and they do these little graphics. This is how I'm supposed to learn about the damn war. And of course, one of my favorite accounts here, Baudrillardians check in, immediately comes in with Baudrillard. This is a great account. Baudrillard is a black Gnostic. There's a couple Baudrillardians on Twitter, man. They're worth following. Immediately, we are just in a total simulation of war. Now it's bowling. Dude, the war is not happening, fellas. It's not happening. I don't understand what's going on. And the fact we have to learn information this way, I don't think, because before, during World War II and all that, you were getting biased information. Now it's just no information. Now it's project whatever you want onto the bowling ad for this. It's just ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. But it is very fun. I love Freebird as much as the next guy. Freebird is Florida. Let's watch it one more time. It's pretty good. Arizona. I was missing Arizona. Thank you, Eves.
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it. And comes the heat from the USA. Boom! Pins down. What a strike. That's right. Who do you think you are? I am.
Yeah, all right. Thank you for the war update, White House. I literally have no idea what's going on. Appreciate that. Let's watch here this young man over here who was deported back to the UK and had some great words for our special relationship ally.
Unlawful presence after learning that I was unlawfully present. I should have been deported. In the summer or early autumn of last year, I was arrested, detained, and deported by Immigrations and Customs Enforcement in Chicago. I was actually on the way to the airport heading to a friend's wedding. I'd just gotten in an Uber on the way to the airport from my apartment They had a specific warrant for me. I wasn't picked up in a raid. They came looking for me. They knew my work schedule. They'd been monitoring me. This one I took as I was in ICE custody. And then those are actually these pants right here. From there, I was taken to a county jail where I was detained in a cell with maybe 40 other detainees. I was there for 3 weeks. Then I was loaded onto an American Airlines flight and taken to London Heathrow Airport, at which point I was released.
Ted, who's asked us to change his name, is a British national, but his parents took him to live in the US as a child without proper documentation.
So my first removal order was when I was 12 years old, 2013.
Despite his deportation, he does still support Trump's immigration policies.
Unlawful presence after learning that I was unlawfully present, right? I'm not making excuses. I should have been deported. There is an illegal immigration crisis in America, and any president who wants a lawfully ordered nation has the right and the duty and the obligation to enforce deportation. And yet with what just happened in Minnesota, you saw these leftist agitators that were impeding law enforcement. They were obstructing the enforcement of the law in attempts to detain and deport illegal immigrants, especially criminal illegal immigrants. And what Trump did is he pulled the Department of Homeland Security out of Minnesota. I think, if anything, if he were being consistent with his policies, he should have brought in the National Guard and doubled down.
I guess for the Trump supporters, patriot, he literally said, ICE deported me to Britain and it's a dump. This patriot, the thing is, you can't really tell anymore what are sincerely held beliefs by people in the U.S. because he could be angling to be let back into the United States, but I've never been to England. If it's really as bad as they say, maybe this is the way of doing it, because I've seen a lot of stories of Cubans being deported to Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa, and they're just, this is terrible. But if this is so much worse, you're like, dude, you're going to get deported to the UK. Maybe that's the way of doing things, because this man, patriot, I guess, he's a total patriot, I should have been deported. My God, is he going to get back into the country? This is, we are reaching levels of I don't even know what to say here. Is he angling for the job of an ICE agent? I should have been. Who else is better to hire for ICE than an illegal who's been deported, who knows how to deport other illegals? Just amazing stuff, man. Amazing stuff. We're living in crazy times. Let's continue here. This is a little bit of Sean Ryan, one of our favorite punching bags on the show. What does he have to say over here?
There was a guy that said, that the mic blew up and it was a bomb.
Yeah, I was gonna wait. Yeah, there is a guy online that is saying that the microphone may have had some type of explosive projectile inside of it.
So it wrapped around the neck and created a hole.
That's the thing that I just couldn't wrap my head around either, is the accuracy that would have to take place from an explosion to actually get you in the neck. But then other people are saying that there was maybe the explosion killed him, and that in fact there's actually some camera footage that somebody has done some type of assessment on. But I mean, you cut his shirt off.
Right.
Did you see any burn marks?
So
Did
that's
you see any indication of any type of explosion?
Back it up even further to that. You've been around explosives and shake explosives, and back it up even further to that. You've been around explosives and shake explosives and shake explosives and stuff like that. It's like, what do you have when you have that? They had that down to like frames, right? Where was the flash?
Mm.
If that was an explosion, where was the flash? Mm-hmm. You have oxygen exchange to create the explosion. Where was the flash?
Mm-hmm.
Where was the char?
I'm very glad to see that Sean Ryan's own guests are calling him out to his face for being a narco-trafficking assassin. Because that's what Sean Ryan is. And I think that this is in regards to Charlie Kirk. So Charlie Kirk was, brother, this country is going to hell in the handbasket.
We live in hell. We live in the gutter.
I mean, I'm having a good time and everything, but goddamn, dude, we are going schizophrenic in this country. Now, Candace Owens may be responsible for the trajectory of the United States for the next 20 years with her series on Macron's husband or wife, whatever. I don't even know. And now this Charlie Kirk thing is making it over here where no one believes in anything, man. I've seen a lot of people start to doubt the Trump assassination as well. Myself included in some sense. I'm just not going to spread schizo over here because the event doesn't even matter. It's the effect, as any Baudrillardian would know. But this is really something where we're going to keep debating the Charlie Kirk thing till the cows come home. In this particular, it's just really something. But I'm just glad to see someone is saying that Sean Ryan is a murdering drug trafficker, because that is what he is. He's a trained liar. He worked for the CIA. Very glad to see that. Let's continue. Let's see who President Trump was talking to. We'll watch a little bit of this. This was while I was gone, who he did an interview with here. Christina Amanpour, Jake Tapper, someone serious. I mean, Jake Tapper's not serious, but let's see who we got interviewed here, bro.
So, Mr. President, what an honor.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for sitting down with me today. I think we'll get into some personal stuff, some fun stuff, and yeah, it's an honor. We're here at a factory doing a rally. It's my first rally, and it's actually my first show on this podcast. So you're gonna be my first and last
that's
guest.
good. Well, we're gonna have to get good ratings.
We got to get some good ratings.
We better.
You were flying in on Air Force One,
right?
Is it true that you watched the Joshua fight on Air Force One?
I watched it. I watched you, and I thought you were very brave. He's a pretty big guy. He's good.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. I get it in the sense of clicks, right? Jake Paul wants clips. But we keep seeing this happening, dude, where the people in the administration keep giving interviews to slot merchants, right? Like Jake Paul. We saw Andrew Cuomo did one with Jake Paul's brother. And I don't even see how Trump has time for this right now. What are we doing here? It's elevating. I really think we're going to get the President Camacho figure through osmosis at this point. Because now he also, fuck dude, all right, perfect. He also, sorry guys, I'm very, very bottom of the eighth. All right. He also has endorsed Jake Paul for political office after this interview. So we're just going to get the Jake Paul, at least senatorships and at the very least congressional seats, man. I've told you, this country is becoming more Latin American, more African in the sense that politics are really starting to matter to people because they actually have a real effect. And we're going to start seeing these figures like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, etc., be able to, through osmosis, I've never seen that before, where like the great leader touches you and you are elevated in the minds of the public as an electable candidate, and fuck it, man. Maybe they'll do a better job at it. I don't know, man. I guess it's that, and we're gonna have ChatGPT senators and Jake Paul in there arguing. Watch the effect, not the event, says Eves. Absolutely, sir. That's a good mantra. I like that one. I haven't come up with that. Let's watch over here what this tether is doing. Oh crap, they're tying. All right, this is Joy Reid, who we all know. Joy Reid, the moronic, crazy woman from MSNBC that got her show canceled, talking about her native Congo for the first time ever. I've never seen her address the fact she's from the Congo. I guess her father, not her, but still, you're a tether. Let's watch here what she has to say about the Congo.
If there is a real Wakanda, it's the Democratic Republic of Congo. It has every mineral that you need to make iPhones, your cell phone,
the cobalt.
It has
gold,
every mineral,
silver,
gold,
copper.
everything.
Yeah.
It has every mineral in the greatest abundance on the entire planet. It should be the richest nation on earth. And instead, it's just completely exploited because of Europe and the West. And these companies like Apple and all of these oligarchs around the world, they just view it as a place to plunder, like they've always viewed the continent. The continent is just a place to plunder. If there is a real...
Well, listen, man. You guys know me. I call balls and strikes over here. I have always been fascinated with the Congo, with the DRC. How you doing, Spring? It's appalling. That's a great one. Man, you guys have good singers tonight. That's a good one. Listen, man. I've been fascinated with the Congo since I was in college. I love it. I would love to visit. I really would. The Congo has a fascinating history of civil wars. Shaba 1, Shaba 2, the Congo crisis. Currently, one of the greatest wars in the world is happening in the Congo. Rwanda's involved. Central African Republic. It's World War III down there, all right? And I would love to see the Congo be a successful country. However, Joy Reid here is completely off base, dude. This is really, really silly. It's really silly. And Godfrey's on here, obviously, who's another Tether. Tether's talking to Tethers. He's a Nigerian. No, the Congo cannot be Wakanda. It really can't. It can't. And it's not even their fault. It's the geography. The Congo has no outland rivers. I guess if you built like a huge airport that actually works, say, I don't even know how you would do it. The fuel costs alone are going to kill you. I don't understand how the Congo, which has been mismanaged to death, I get it. The Belgians had it. I get it. I get it. Okay? You had Mobutu, who was installed by the West. I get it. I don't think Lumumba would have been able to do much more with it, honestly. Listen, if it could be Wakanda, it would be Wakanda. All right? Rwanda. I see Spring mentions here. Botswana. These are countries that are doing incredibly well despite their poor geography. Botswana has one of the largest growing economies in the past 20 years by percentage. Rwanda has great governance. I am not optimistic on the Congo, and I'd love to visit. You look at the Congo, dude. Look up going to the Congo on YouTube. My producer's African, dude, and he's told me that within Africa, the Congo is called the armpit of Africa. Kinshasa, the capital. The Congo is not going to be, you can't make the Congo great again. It's literally a fake country. I'll respect it because, you know, what are we going to do about it? But the Congo has no access to the sea because the river is unmanageable. The government is terrible. And at a certain point, man, and this is me myself, because I hear it from Latinos all the time. Listen, man, I understand the CIA, the West, everything. But guys, we got to take some responsibility too. It's not all their fault. We've done some things that have not been great. So seeing Joy Reid saying here that the Wakanda, a fictional country from, if I'm not mistaken, Stan Lee's comic book that was developed in the 20th century and made into a film in this century, I don't think the Congo is going to be a great country anytime soon. I really don't. I am not optimistic on the DRC. I love the Congolese people. I met very smart Congolese people. However, I just don't think it's going to happen. And I don't think it's the fault of the West entirely. And if you speak to people from the Congo, they will tell you that the Congo is hell. You go to the Congo. Dude, go to the Congo. Take a vacation to the Congo. Do it. You are going to get ripped off at every stage with the Congolese government. And you could say the West put him there or China. Doesn't matter. At a certain point, you got to take responsibility. Let's continue. Top of the ninth. 0 outs. We're going to get first base. I thought this was great. Someone made a compilation, finally, of one of my least favorite people here, Mr. Dave Smith and his evolution on Trump. This is really how the podcasters are trying to drive you schizophrenic, man. You can love Trump or hate Trump. This is an open channel. You can do whatever you want. We accept everyone around here on these parts, all right? But we do not accept this level of grifting, this level of schizophrenia, trying to make people crazy from people like Dave Smith. Because, and you'll see what he called Trump before he was reelected. And it's just astounding to me that you could do these 180s over and over and over, and you can still claim to be the most consistent man in America. Wow, great stuff. Eve says, what natural resources do they have in the Congo? A lot, sir. Did you know the uranium in the atomic bombs used in World War II came from the DRC? The Congo has a lot of natural resources. It's just a pain in the ass to get them out because you have all sorts of militant movement. That country just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Maybe it's their fault, maybe not. but you got to accept some responsibility, you know. But they have uranium, they have iridium, they have a lot of good resources over there. Absolutely. Bauxite, everything. Let's watch Dave Smith over the years.
I would be very happy for to see Donald Trump impeached for the illegal, immoral, borderline war of genocide that he's been helping the Saudis conduct in Yemen. Even grading on a curve. He is a war criminal who deserves to be tried and buried under the prison, just right alongside Barack Obama and George W. Bush and John McCain and all the rest of them. Let me just say this real quick. Donald Trump should be in prison for war crimes for what he did to the people of Yemen. How's that for taking on the right? But I think I might vote for Trump. He should be impeached and removed for this one. He backed Netanyahu as he completed his fucking genocide in Gaza, backed him to destroy the whole fucking place. He bombed the Houthis, he bombed Iran, he bombed Venezuela, killed a whole bunch of people in boats. So that's his actual track record here. Even grading on a curve. He is a war criminal who deserves to be tried and buried under the prison. I had the same experience in Trump's first 4 years. I mean, it was a little bit different, I guess, because I supported him this time, and I hadn't the first time.
We live in hell. We live in the gutter.
How can you still take this seriously? Fellas, I just don't get it. I like Dave Smith as a side character on the Piers Morgan show because I can't listen to him talk. I really can't. I don't know how you could do that. But if you're a libertarian, look, man, it's fine if you're a libertarian. Whatever. I guess I'll accept that. However, oh boy, we stole second. However, this is really something. How can you take this seriously? How can you? This is, if you are this wrong, you need to take a 6-month sabbatical at minimum to reflect on why you were this wrong. This isn't hypocrisy. This is schizophrenia. This is how I feel about it, man.
Disgusting and gross. I mean, you should just be. I don't like ugly, stupid freaks.
Why are you out here still claiming consistency when we literally saw? I mean, this is part of the hyperreal. It's part of the hyperreal. It doesn't matter what Dave Smith said. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But I just don't know how anyone could do this, man. And this isn't gossip. This isn't trivial. These people worked to get Trump elected. Dave Smith played a part in this. He was able to commit. It doesn't matter how much it worked or not. Endorsing, dropping out of a presidential race. He wasn't going to win, but whatever. You are responsible for this. And instead of just shutting up like people should do, all they do is they just keep talking. They keep talking and talking. And people are still there. Dude, if I'm ever wrong on the show, I'll tell you I was wrong. We just tend to be right. We just tend to be right. Spring says, Dave Smith says that Robbie the Fire Bernstein is funny. Case closed. I haven't seen him do stand-up, but at least on the Dave Smith show, he's not that bad. Like, maybe it's because I dislike Dave Smith. I don't know how you can listen to this guy ramble for like an hour. You know. But you're right, he's not particularly funny. But where are the funny comedians, Spring? I mean, where are they? I've been looking for them. I can't find them anywhere. I was told they were all around us, and now they're all making jokes about trans or how Trump is evil. That's all the comedians now. You know? It's really something. It's really something. All right, man. I think we have to move on to people are going crazy. All right. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff here that we're going to save for next time. My God, dude, we need another run here. Just tied. I hate when they do this to you. I hate when they do this. All right. Let's get to my fellow Gentiles, guys. My Gentiles are going insane out here, fellas.
The people are retarded.
Let's start here. Gentiles, bro. Look, man. I see gas is $3.99. I'm a Bajalardi, and I go, all right, I guess I'll travel a little less. or I'll figure something else out. But of course, we need to have the public freakouts, because why can't we do this? Let's see how the people are coping with this $4 gas.
Fucking motherfuckers! Y'all done raised fuel prices up! Fuel prices is up! I just got back into the business, and y'all done raised the freaking fuel prices up! Y'all done raised the prices up $5 a gallon for fuel? Are y'all crazy? Are y'all crazy? What is going on? What is going on? I'm tired of this. I'm tired. I just got back into trucking, and y'all done raised the fuel prices so high? Are y'all crazy? This shit don't make no sense. This don't make no fucking sense. I'm pissed. I'm pissed, and I'm going off for all of y'all. It's all of y'all fault. Dang. Like, y'all see this sign? This sign says $4.99 a gallon. This is what trucking has come to? Shit!
I mean, what did you think the war in Iran was going to be? Vibes, papers, essays? What did she expect? It makes total sense that gas has gone up, actually. The impotent screaming, listen, man. Yes, things are going to get more expensive. I've been telling you that on this show. Did you buy your laptops before March? I told you to buy them before March. I'm out here giving free advice that will keep you sane. Keep your pockets happy. Did you get the laptop? What did she think was going to happen? We're going to war with Iran, dude. We got to get a little bit of pain. In all seriousness, man, this really does suck, and it probably will go up even more. Like, this is pretty crazy. But this is whatever happened to the strong silent type, the Gary Coopers. Why can't we Gentiles, us people out here? By the way, I think we have some Jewish people on the Goyim Have Gone Insane segment today. Why can't we just take it on the chin? Why can't we just take it on the chin? You pump your gas, and you know what? If not, I remember 08, you start siphoning that shit. I don't endorse that behavior. I do not endorse it. Theft is theft. It's wrong. But we have to think bigger. There is so much more to hope for. Are we going to be limited by gasoline prices? My God. How you doing, Adrian? How you doing, Vilbit? Haven't seen you here before. How you doing, Duke? Haven't seen you here before. Ephra says, I think electronic devices like RAM are going to normalize in price. The problem is food and fuel costs. The thing is, they will normalize, Ephra, but the tariff stock is gone, the pre-tariff stock. That's why things are so... Do you know how much a Lenovo carbon fiber costs now? The 1 terabyte model, $1,500. And it's only because it's the old model. That used to be $1,300 in December of last year, you know? So, it's something like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I do agree, they're going to normalize, but the tariffs already fucked us up in that sense. So, you know. Let's continue. I just don't like this lack of dignity. If you're new here, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. I wanted to show you here this. I love this man here. I love this man. This is an interview on... Dude, the channel will come up here. This African gentleman is a Baudrillardian. He has taken the Kool-Aid as I have in the best way possible. Let us watch here what he has to say about his native country.
I don't talk to any of my family members anymore. None. I don't.
Not one of them?
No. I have cut all my family members off my phone. Nobody. I blocked. I love my family from far. Because if I keep talking to my family members, I will not achieve my goal. If I die, I don't need to be buried in my village. That's where it is. I don't want to be buried in my village. If I die, burn my body, go throw my dust in Kruger National Park. That's my wish.
That is significant for an African.
That's significant for an African because I saw your eyes. But that's where it is because most of them, they blackmail with this.
Your family must feel that your success is their success. We're communal people in Africa. So there are no boundaries.
Yes, they feel like my success is their success. They are entitled to their guy.
Right.
Then they feel like, okay, yeah, nothing else we do. First we do a winner. So like, it's now our time. Our boy is now, signing.
The entitlement, and that's the word, entitlement.
Yeah, my family feels entitled. Family feel like that because that's how our mindsets in Africa are like. Because also we are blackmailed that we cannot say no.
No,
Yeah.
we can't. The black
Me
tax,
too.
the black tax that we have to.
Black tax is real in Africa, and we cannot say no. We cannot say no to somebody asking for money.
Yeah.
We cannot say no to anything.
I love this, man. I love it. By the way, I see someone saying the comments are lagging. Guys, remember, that's not on me. That's on YouTube. There's nothing I can do about that because the link is there. So it's just YouTube. Efra says, once the AI bubble pops, the RAM will normalize. But like I said, food and fuel prices are going to be ridiculous. I agree with food, man. Food is terrible. I'm stocking up on. Let me put you guys on here for a second. Let me put this guy, Kevin. Kevin's food is the best stuff ever. You can find it at Target. This guy here, UFC fighter. This is the end point of reality. This is why on this show I often say we are all Americans now. 1,000-year American empire. Shout out to Lindy Man. Shout out to Lindy Man on Twitter, one of the smartest posters out there. We cannot, as speaking to the third worlders in particular, you have to realize the only way out is through America. It is through America. And everyone is realizing this now, and some people will say it will stress the system. But in reality, if you're able to expand America, maybe it'll get better. But this is a realization a lot of people have had, man. I've seen it in third worlders that I know. I've seen it with myself. I'm an astronaut family, all right? My parents came here. No one else came. People are realizing that all of these superstitious links that we have, whether they be familial, name, accent, language, it is all holding you back. And the ideal is to become the new man, the new, just as the communists intended, the new plugged into the hyper real to the greatest extent. Why have anything hold you back? Now, of course, there's going to be limitations on that. Absolutely. But this is why I think we have a lot of immigration crises and stuff. Is people are having this realization. They're going, it's not even, a lot of people used to say it was revenge. People were like, oh, I'm going to go get my own. No, it's just, the problem is there is no other way of succeeding anymore. There is not. I just got back from Colombia. Medellin is a tourist city now. There's no real economy there. It's just tourism. Sure, there's some coffee plantations, but the government's not investing in that because everyone has given up. Thank God for that. They realize where we are.
We live in hell. We live in the gutter.
And why even try? So this is the truth, man. This is how it has to be for people to succeed now. So don't be surprised when there's mass immigration, man, because it's happening. And also just ways of finding to live the American lifestyle are going to be increasingly hacked with the God machine. Everyone has access to ChatGPT. And they're going to use it for that unless they hike up the prices. Let's continue. Wanted to show you this here. Dude, Colombia's a shithole. All right. I'm Venezuelan, by my mother. We do not have a good image of Colombians. The Colombians are welcome on the channel, okay? We don't have a great image of them, but that country is a shithole, dude. It is a shithole. It is one of the worst countries I've been to, but I'll save that for another video. All right, let's watch over here. People very angry with this young lady at Chipotle. She's stealing from Chipotle. Let's look at the comment. Americans show that when they go to Chipotle, they steal everything that's available to steal, including Tabasco hot sauces. This is why everything is being locked up in America. We don't have to live like this. I'm not endorsing theft or shoplifting. I think that's bad. However, I will say this, man. Like, I don't understand how people can continue to preach decorum, to preach how things should be. We live in a world of shoulds now. It's should be this way, shouldn't be this way. Chipotle is robbing you. We know Chipotle is robbing us. We've seen the articles over the years. You have to bring a scale now to make sure you're not robbed. Chipotle used to be $10. Now it's $16 for half the food, and the quality has dropped. Chipotle has even poisoned people with rancid lettuce. Oh, crap. Midnight. This is... I don't understand this nihilism. I just don't understand it. Listen. Oh, they're locking things up after they poisoned you. I'm not telling you to do this, but is this impulse impossible to understand? How someone would go, fuck it, dude. They're getting me. I'm going to get my own. And if they lock it up, so be it. They've locked up the beef. They've locked up everything. They are screwing you. And you look at the nihilism and, just like, oh, black people are bad. Oh, no, this is not good, Like, it's just a bunch of racist stuff. Don't should on me. That's great. Exactly, Spring. Do not should on me. She's stealing. Yeah, okay. Do you know how much they've stolen from us? Not to get a little Marxist here, but you come in here and you tell me that there's supposed to be some decorum with a company that Bill Ackman owns. He's a majority shareholder. We're supposed to, why? Why? Are they going to be nice to us if we stop doing it? It's really something to me, man. Like, people are just, they're really, I don't get it, man.
These fucking assholes! The fuck is their problem, man?
It's insane. It's insane. Let's continue. I need to show you this from my home state. Brother, this is what's happening on spring break on Daytona Beach.
Come to Daytona and you see this bullshit like that, bro. What the fuck you running from, bro? Like, oh my God.
I remember a few years ago in Florida, probably like 10 years ago, there was a plot that was revealed that ISIS was going to blow up a beach. And I was like, how do you blow up a beach? It doesn't even make sense. I guess it can happen. With guns. And people here, this is what, again, to the nihilism. They're mad at these people for doing it. This is Ron DeSantis' fault. This is why I'm always shitting on Meatball Ron. This didn't happen before Ron was elected. Before he invited the whole world to come to our state. This is the results of our Republican governor. I saw Christina Pushaw, his comm secretary, saying that this is unacceptable. Bitch, you work at the governor's mansion. You did it. Are you crazy? What are we doing here? They did it. And again, of course, just racism and that, it's fine. You can have that opinion. But I would like to see people come after, how is this happening in Ron DeSantis' Florida? Let's continue. We have to see over here. My Hispanic brother, we've seen this Hispanic guy quite a few times on this show. Even he's embracing the nomenclature that we are on the show.
How's it going, carnal? I'm here to tell you, man. I can't be friends with you anymore. Because you're a goy. And I tried to look past it, fool. I tried to, but I walk around with you. They can tell that you're a real goyim. How's it going, carnal?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. My producer's done it too. He's African, I'm Hispanic. But you're just like, dude, I can't be around these goys. I can't. I'm a Gentile and I can't stand my fellow Gentile. I can't do it anymore. I can't. You're going to see that. I think that this is really the end game here, where we're starting to see that people are starting to realize that the hell we live in.
We live in hell. We live in the gutter.
Is really just other people, which is not original. That's Jean-Paul Sartre for all the culture people out there. And we're going to see a revolution of isolationism, atomization, or like fashion friends, where people, I can't be around you. You are too goyish for me. And I am a goy myself. We can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Juan Goyero. The Hispanics are in on it. Everyone is just done. They're done. Let's continue. This is crazy here, man. So this is insane. We're having a huge scandal right now here in Miami because FIU, which is my alma mater, go Panthers. I never went to a game. Had a racist group chat leak on the parts of the college Republicans. This is the second one since I've been to the school. When I was there was another one. And this person, they decided to do this little circle, okay, at FIU when the chats came out to teach Black history. I don't know, because this isn't teaching Black history. And this guy here, Dr. Marvin Dunn, is very important in Miami. He is a Black scholar. I actually like a lot of his work. He works at the History Miami Museum, if I'm not mistaken, and he's a progressive. And he came to this circle to teach Black history. What happened was they decided to read the racist group chat, so please be warned that this is not very nice. This is not Marvin Dunn. This is someone here that came over to this thing. And I want you to listen to this.
Crucify filthy black, defecate in a nigga's food, launch niggas into the sun, stir-fry niggas in a wok, toss niggas into active volcanoes, urinate in a nigga's gas tank, judo throw niggas into a wood chipper, twist niggas' heads off, report niggas to the IRS, karate chop niggas in half, curb stomp pregnant Black niggas, trap niggas in quicksand, crush niggas in a trash compactor, liquefy niggas in a vat of acid, eat niggas, dissect niggas, exterminate niggas in the gas chamber, stomp niggas' skulls with steel-toe boots, cremate niggas in the oven, lobotomize niggas, mandatory abortions for all niggas, grind nigga fetuses in the garbage disposal, drown niggas in fried chicken grease, vaporize niggas with a ray gun, kick old niggas down the stairs, feed niggas to alligators, slice niggas with a katana. And it's more dialogue here, but it was cut off.
Why would he read that? Why would he read? I replied. I was like, why would you record yourself doing a self-imposed humiliation ritual by reading this? This is minstrel show level tap dancing. And I actually like your work, Mr. Dunn. What the hell is going on? Why would you read this? Why would you do this? Why? Why would you record yourself reading this? I would never record my drown Spix, kick Spix in the head. Why would you read that? What do you think you did there? This is insane. Why would you read this? What is the own? You are why are you reading this? 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 He read the whole thing. He wanted to read more. Drown Spix in the bathtub? We won! Yes, fucking hell yeah, dude. I just saw the score. I wanted to wait. Venezuela won. Venezuela winning this year. Hang on, we got to play the national anthem real quick. Venezuela wins. Venezuela #1. Baseball classic. America defeated. Let's play the music. Let's do it. How you doing? I hit everything. I was watching the game on my phone. We're here. Let's go. Venezuela stays winning. We stay winning. Venezuela wins. America, I know I'm American. I love America. You guys have the World Series. Venezuela just won. We are the greatest. We are the greatest. We are the greatest. it's not even possible. It's just, how many wins can we have? We just won at baseball. It's your game, and you gave it to us, and now we win. We win the baseball game. It's over. We win. Venezuela number one. Venezuela number one. That's it. It's over. It is the greatest. We beat the Italians. We beat the Americans. We stay winning. Venezuela number one. Yes. Great stuff.
Como el alma primorosa, y por eso tengo el alma como el alma primorosa del cristal. Amo, lloro, canto, sueño con claveles de pasión.
All right. I'm dude. We stay winning, man. It's just Maduro's out. Venezuela just beat America at America's game. Guys, even if I lost, I won. All right, I'm American, but I was really going for them, you know. We really did it. We showed up, and we did it. Those are the sons of Bolivar winning, man. Just win. I'm really going out here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm really going out here with a sports ball.
I always wonder how dumb this goyim sometimes can be.
But we won. We were just so happy, man. It was a great game. I was so happy when we got the Italians angry, you know? It's just crazy. And that's our second national anthem, okay? It's just crazy. It's crazy how we won. It's fucking crazy, man. Our real national anthem is Gloria al pueblo que dio lanzó. But that's not the fun one. You know, this is the fun one. It's like, what's America's second national anthem? It's Mr. Brightside or something. That's like our Mr. Brightside. So we win. All right. Great stuff. I'm really happy. Adrian, no, the Venezuelan accent. We talk pretty fast. That's Simon Diaz. That's our national guy. Hey, if America won, I would have been just as happy. But I'm a little happy, you know, Venezuela at winning this year. Didn't beat DR, though. Absolutely not. Send those Dominicans back. They don't even have a whole island. We have a country. Great stuff. I'm very, very happy. Dude, it's crazy. To the Americans, I'm not being a dick. I love America. I love it. If America had won, I would feel included. But you know, it's great stuff, you know. It's just great stuff. I always root for the underdogs, okay? And we had never made it. But I'm still America patriot number one. I love America. Donald Trump number one, you know, America's the greatest. Right? I love everyone here. I love America. Don't deport me. I was born here. I'm a citizen. But can I kang a little bit? Can I do a little kanging? You know, we just won. Like, we won. America invented the sport, and we won. You know? Don't worry. You guys will get to have fun. You already own Venezuela. Give us this win, okay? Give us this win. I love America, but give us this win, man. Just give me one win here. One win. All right. I'm very, very happy. Dude, we beat the Italian team was just disgusting. It was all American rejects. Dude, they played really well. They really played well. Crazy, dude. Maduro's out. Thank you, America, for that. Donald Trump is going to be so happy with us tomorrow. We showed at the beginning of the show where he was like, these Venezuelans are really good at baseball. You know, he's going to be, dude, we might even get like some more oil subsidies or something. Great stuff. We're part of the great American experiment. We're brothers. All right, we're American brothers. We just speak different languages and shit. And we have like different religions, but we're brothers. You know, we're brothers. We hate the CDA guys as much as you guys. All right, very, 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 very happy. Vilvid, no, you're not banned. I don't know why YouTube doesn't show on the chat like everything, but you're not banned. It's not this. All right. Sorry, I was very happy. I love America. America number one. I am America first and foremost. I'm an American. That's the only thing I believe in. All right, I only believe in America. But this felt good. All right. So yeah, this is just crazy. Reading out the racist group chat to own the cons. I don't even understand it. I don't understand it. Let's continue here. Let's see how people are marketing taxes here. This is fucking insane.
Come and file your taxes. Come and file your taxes. You know you want that cash advance. You want that cash advance. You better file. Hey, 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 hey. File. Hey, 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 hey. Come to boss up. We gonna hook you up. We gonna make sure you get that max refund. You got a couple kids and you a single baby mom. Don't worry about it, little girl. That's my job. Come and file your taxes. Come and file your taxes. Come and file your taxes. You know you want that cash advance. Same day approval. You want that cash advance. You better file.
This is crazy. But at least it's honest. You know, it's if you're a single mama with kids, you know, we will get you what it is. I wouldn't be surprised. People were clowning this. But what is the issue? You know, they're marketing to the right demographic. This is how I would trust these people with my taxes. They're signing off on them. Don't you want the maximum refund? If you're still doing your taxes yourself, man, you're getting ripped off. I want the person who has goodwill receipts that they will give you, you know? Just crazy. This is how it's going to work, you know? And the great thing is, if Uncle Sam gets mad at you, you get to blame the guy in the video. You say, I'm stupid. I don't speak English. You get to do that. Why wouldn't you be happy that you have a borderline criminal accountant, you know? Like Saul Goodman. Why would you not want that? Isn't that the lawyer, the accountant that you want? And everything says, do you think Maduro was watching the game in jail? Dude, the reason that Venezuelans were very emotional about this game is this was the first time you could actually root for Venezuela. Because all the other times you were like, fuck, dude, if they win, it's going to be a propaganda victory. So I don't know if he's watching it. Apparently he's waking up in the middle of the night and screaming about how he's still the president of Venezuela. So I don't know, but this is the first time, dude. Miami's about to go crazy, man. Like, we have the most Venezuelans in the world over here, so outside of Venezuela. So it's crazy, man. We won. The Venezuelans won. We won. You guys have the oil, all right? Okay, I can hang a little bit. All right, here's our promised Jewish person for the Goyim Have Gone Mad segment.
No Jewish, you come into a synagogue and they don't know you, you're going to have trouble getting in there. When I lived in Washington in the West End, when I walked out from the State Department, there was a church right near the corner of where I was living, and the sign, I took a picture of the sign. All are welcome, come in and pray. And I was going to post it, this is not a synagogue. Not because not all are welcome and you shouldn't come in and pray, but you can't get in. This is not normal. No other group in the United States is living like this. And it's time that the rest of the world, the non-Jewish world, saw this, understood this. We're not cowering. I thank the officers who were outside my synagogue and the volunteers who were taking care of it. But this is not a normal way to live. And I think that, you know, just turning inward and reveling in who we are, which I do. I revel in who I am. It's what made it possible for me to do what I did. But I think it's also important to make them aware that this is wrong, and this is a disease of the non-Jews. And we're not going to disappear. We're not going to go away. We're going to hang around. We're going to annoy the heck out of you. But this is not normal, and you're responsible for it. You are responsible for it.
Where is Netanyahu? These people need to shut up, man. He's the only one who can do propaganda, and we're going to get into that next. What is this? I understand that it's a trying time for Jewish people in America. I think that we just had a mass shooting here in Daytona. There's one in schools every other week, and I'm a gun guy. I'm pro-gun and everything. Or I misstate. I like guns. But what is this? Like, this is crazy. This is a level of narcissism. It's like I'm not even sticking up for illegal immigration or anything here. Okay, I'm not saying that. But to claim that you're the only targeted group, bro, people are getting deported every day to Sakat and shit. And you can support that. That's fine. But that means that more than just Jewish people are being targeted. And I don't understand how this is supposed to make anyone more sympathetic to this plight, which it's a serious issue. It's not good for people to go into synagogues and do bad stuff. But to say that AI, that like this is the way that it is, that you're the only victims in the country, is really something, man. It's really something. I recently saw Norman Finkelstein, who's kind of controversial, but he was saying like, dude, you can still get a job. You can, but this is a disease. What are you talking about, a disease? So is it a disease when people don't like, when they don't let my Hispanic brother, Jaime Wetback, James Fishback, get a waffle at the Waffle House? What are we talking about here? This is Brett Stevens stuff. I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy. All right, everyone. Let's get to our first story. And I'm very excited about this one because we get to talk about Benjamin Netanyahu. On this channel, I have always said Benjamin Netanyahu cannot lose. This is the big boss. This is the supervisor of America and perhaps the world. Winning bigly all the time. I don't know why it is. I don't care. But do not bet against this man. He is going to win. It's just the way it is. Over the weekend, people said, oh, King Leo, the guy you're saying is always winning, he's washed. He's dead. He's not even alive. He has 7 fingers. He's over. The win streak is done. They done got him. He got shot up. It's over. And never for a moment did I doubt that Bibi was coming back. Because this man, for some reason, guys, I don't know why it is, he cannot lose. He can't lose. And he did it in like 50 Cent style. You know, he let the rumors simmer. He let people say, yeah, maybe I'm dead. You know, many men wish death upon me. You know, he was just, you know, maybe I'm dead. And then he comes back with this insane video that before we watch it, I keep bringing up that he's doing Lenny Bruce. So I need to show you who Lenny Bruce was so you can understand what I'm saying. Because my producer's calling him Lenny at this point. Okay, this is who Lenny Bruce was, one of the most famous comedians of all time. This is who Netanyahu is doing. He's from Philly. This was probably his uncle. He's probably his bar mitzvah.
I fix it. Look, you see it? I smoked Marlboros when I was 6 years old and it grew up. Offend, there's a funny kind of thing. There's semantics. There are words that offend me. Let's see, Governor Farbus, segregation offend me. Nighttime television offends me. Some nighttime television.
This is one of the first comedians in America that was really important, okay? And he's Jewish, obviously. Most comedians are Jewish, from my understanding. Now you know who I'm saying when you watch his mannerisms, his diction. It is all Lenny Bruce. Let's watch the video where he came back here, because this is just crazy, all right? And when we're going to watch the reactions to this one.
מה שאלת אותי?
חושב שלא אומרים ברשת שאתה בכלל מת?
אני מת על קפה, אתה יודע מה? אני מת על העם שלי. איך הם מתנהגים, פנטסטי. אתה רוצה לספור את מספר אצבעות?
אתה יכול להראות לנו?
פה. פה. היית?
יפה מאוד.
לחיים.
אתה חושב של המסר לאנשים שיוצאים ומתאווררים?
I don't speak Hebrew. I have no idea what he's saying. But thankfully, if you notice in the video, there was some issues with his fingers, supposedly. He had 7 fingers. And people were clowning on it. They were saying, Bibi's not real. He's AI. He has 7 fingers. Let me tell you something. If this man grows 2 more appendages, I'd be even more scared of him. More buttons on the nukes. Okay, this is a scary man. All right. You guys are talking over here. Benjamin Netanyahu with 7 fingers can't hurt me. Yes, he can. He can hurt you more than regular Benjamin Netanyahu. And again, guys, this isn't me rooting for Bibi. I'm just telling you the truth. If you want to know who's going to win, it's this guy every single time. I don't know why it is. I don't know what happened. I don't know what deal he made at a crossroads with a funny-looking guy while he was holding a violin. But he cannot lose. Let's see what the reaction was to this video. All right, let's see what Ben Swan had to say. Let's see over here.
Well, there is now a new video proving that Benjamin Netanyahu is not dead, except it's fake. Hold on, it really is. But there are two issues here. There's the technical side, because this sloppily made video is clearly AI once again. And then there's the context side, because if the video were real, and it's not, it makes zero sense. Let's talk about it here, because the clip released on Sunday shows that the Prime Minister is in perfect health. There he is, standing in what looks like a roadside cafe, joking with the camera. At one point, he even raises his hands and counts his fingers. Haha, he only has 5, not 6 fingers like he did in the last AI video. It's also hilarious. The problem with this video, though, is that it's also clearly AI. This isn't just AI. It's sloppy AI. First of all, notice the cup of coffee here. It's filled to the point of overflowing. But then Netanyahu picks up the cup. Nothing spills, despite the coffee sloshing around inside. Then when he takes a drink, there's no visible change in the level of the drink. No spill, no ripple. Later, he reaches down to put his hand in his pocket. And the pocket, you see there, it magically jumps over to cover his hand. Never seen a pocket do that in real life. Then today, a second video surfaced. This one supposedly shows Netanyahu hiking in the hills outside of Jerusalem. Uh-oh, except this video is also AI. But if you watch this particular video, watch here, you see Bibi is walking over to put his hand on the back of a chair. Except he has a ring on his finger when his hand starts to move, and then magically that ring disappears as he reaches for the chair. And then, once his hand gets there, poof, the ring is back. So, both of these videos have elements that are telltale signs of AI-generated videos. What about the context? Step back and look at the bigger picture. Right now, President Donald Trump is traveling internationally, meeting with allies, attempting to manage the fallout from a war that is rapidly expanding. See, the president is calling on NATO to get involved in this war and securing the Strait of Hormuz.
That's enough. So he's dead. He's not here. I mean, it's AI, obviously. It's not real. Let's pour one out here. Where's our fallen soldier here? Where's our fallen? He's dead. Yes. Benjamin Netanyahu is dead, I guess. All right. Okay. Today he comes out with the most Lenny Bruce bit he's ever done. Let's watch him here with Mike Huckabee. Let's see this. Is this AI? Is this AI?
Mr. Prime Minister, I wanted you to know the president asked me to come and make sure you were okay.
Yes, Mike. Yes, I'm alive.
I checked that, and I'm happy to see that. But he wanted to make sure because, you know, you guys get along too well.
I know, and we shake hands with 5 fingers in each hand. You know, but I have to tell you, I'm alive, but I have this card.
Oh.
And yeah, don't read it. So it's a punch card.
Mm-hmm.
Today,
he's doing stand-up. He's doing a stand-up bit.
2 names on the punch cards, and you see how many more to go on this batch.
You know what the good news is? My name is not on the punch card.
Your name is on the list of the good guys.
Thank you.
I hope that I'm on that list of the good guys. Benjamin Netanyahu, if you can hear me, please save us. Please save us, Bibi. Please. I hope I'm on the good guy. When you were a kid, you were scared that you would be on the naughty list. Now, I'm scared that I'm not on the good guy list as opposed to the punch card list. Because if I'm on the punch card list, I'm going to die. You are going to die if you're on the punch card. It's going to happen. So whether you love him or hate him, we're just an analysis channel. I'm glad that I hope. Is there like a registry of the good guy list? I would like to know if I'm on the good guy list. I would really appreciate that.
What the president, the U.S. forces are doing is incredible. We're very proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with them. And getting rid of these lunatics who would like to develop nuclear weapons and the means to deliver them to every American city after wiping out Israel. They ain't going to do that. We're wiping them out.
I love it. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Good to see you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks. Take care.
I really hope I'm on the good guy list. How did Mike Huckabee get on the good guy list? I'm not becoming an evangelical, but I need to be on this good. I need to be on the good guy list. I need to be on the good guy list. He's making a list. He's checking it twice. The goys are praying. Dude, this is crazy. He's saying here, he should have just put 50 Cent in the background. Many men wish death upon me. He won. He won. He said he was dead. This is a real thing. So what about the AI? I saw some chats earlier saying the latest one is this AI? With our ambassador, is the ambassador AI too? And let me tell you something. If Netanyahu is AI, I would be even more scared of him as AI, BB. Because I need to pull some like Charlie Kirk thing where he's like even more powerful. So I think we prefer him alive as opposed to AI, BB. That would be really scary. Look at that. Look at that. How you doing, Mr. Elu? Ephra says, why do you think I asked you if deepfakes were going to be a problem? Also, I think randomness will ultimately win. Randomness is a mechanism so no one is able to take over the world. That is my producer's theory, Ephra, that the world has too much entropy. And that's why no one has ever been able to devour it, even the context of their known world, whether it be Alexander or Napoleon. You know, they're not able to devour it. But Ephra, this guy's winning streak, it just makes me like, God damn, dude, like maybe he's the one who's gonna do it. I mean, who's winning the Iran war? It's definitely Benjamin Netanyahu. It's definitely him. And everything says PBD posted about the game. What did PBD say? Let's see what Patrick Bet David had to say about the new Venezuelan national holiday. What did he have to say? Congrats. I'm a numbers guy. Congrats to the Venezuela for winning the entire thing. 2026 has been a magical year so far for Venezuela. It's almost as if they were destined to win it all. Of course, I'm rooting for US. This one hurts, but respect to the Venezuela. He's writing in the accent. Congrats to Venezuela for winning the... You know what? Appreciate that. I was in a similar position, dude. Even if I lost, I won because I'm American. But I was rooting for my Venezuelans out there, man. Win a little bit. You know, they need to win. We haven't had a win since 1999. Not a single win. Not a single one. You own the oil. Give him a little win. That's crazy. I had everything. That's crazy. This one hurts, but respect to the Venezuela. Still got the president, though. Yeah, and the Venezuelans are happy about that. You can't even. This is, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Mr. Elu says, become a Zionist. That's how I get on the good boy list. Mr. Elu, according to the comments I've gotten on my Mearsheimer and Dr. Chiang list, I guess I classify by default, even though I don't have an opinion on that whole thing. So maybe I am on the good boy list. Hope so. Damn, dude, this is crazy. They won, man. They fucking won. Out of here. All right, let's continue. So he did his little thing here. But then he did this. He came out with this video. I guess this is AI 2, where this is in Hebrew. Let's listen a little bit. I don't understand that language.
הבוקר חיסלנו את עלי לריג'ני. עלי לריג'ני זה הבוס של משמרות המהפכה, שזה חבורת הגנגסטרים שמנהלת בפועל את איראן. אנחנו חיסלנו לצידו גם את מפקד הבסיס.
One thing I don't understand about BB here is this, you know, you're talking about AI and all that, is why is it that everyone that is not American or European, the quality of video is just garbage? This looks like something Saddam Hussein would have shot. The globe looks shifty, like this. This is how a transmission from Maduro's Miraflores looked like. The camera quality's not there. I'm sure this is the case in Pakistan and India, where you live in America, right? You're an American like myself, and I'm like, why can't they even get the video quality up? It looks like it's shot on literal tape, you know? Why does it look like this? I guess he can't win at everything. He can't be. Look at him with the Bugs Bunny in the background, dude. Look at this. This is crazy. Bugs Bunny, Superman. 5 fingers. Brother. It's just, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I don't understand this language at all, though, so we're going to read a little bit. This morning, we eliminated Ali Larjani. Ali Larjani is the boss of the Revolutionary Guards, which is the gang of gangsters that actually runs Iran. And that's what's important for us here. We have to talk about that. So today, Benjamin Netanyahu, while everyone was saying that he's dead, that he's not alive. Oh, there's a great edit under here. We have to watch that. He's out here killing the guy who's actually in charge of Iran. My producer explained this to me last night when he was really worried about this Larjani guy. This guy was a real motherfucker, dude. Even Soleimani was a bitch compared to this guy. This is one of the guys who would send kids out onto minefields during the Iran-Iraq war and tell them to jump so that they could set the mines off because they had a minimum weight of 150 pounds and these kids were 70 pounds. He was willing to sacrifice his whole country, his whole people. And apparently what had happened is that the Ayatollah, who may have been a jobber, check out the video from last week, apparently had made him secretly in charge of Iran. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. And he was not in the bunker because they were being kept separately apart, because that was the guy who the Ayatollah knew for sure was a hardliner. He was going to kill everyone. He wasn't going to let Iran die. Now he's dead. My producer last night is calling me. He's like, Leo, this war is going to get even worse because this guy here, he's the reason they're doing all of this stuff we don't understand about mining the straits. Eliminated. Gone. What is it that the Jewish say? Bupkis? Is that, am I using that right? Bupkis? What else? Chutzpah? Guts? Bupkis? I don't speak any of it. Is that even Hebrew or is that Yiddish? Isn't Yiddish like German or something? Dead. Eliminated. Gone. It's over. That was one of the guys on the bad goy list. On the, what did he call it? The punch card list. Gone. Eliminated. Bye. Hasta la vista, baby. It's over. It's over. Wrap it up. Wrap it up, man. Wrap it up. It's over. You are dead. You are dead. Israel came in. FBI, open up! And got him. They got him. Dude, I went to sleep worried. I was like, yeah, my producer may be right. I mean, it kind of spiked my cortisol, to be honest. He's back from leave, by the way, after our apology to Ben Shapiro. Dude, is this gas going to get to like $1 million a barrel? Now, of course, there will be someone to replace him, but that's a major blow. What is this little edit here? Like, what is this? Let me see this. BB's magic show, the magician, El Mago. Stuff, dude. I wouldn't be making stuff like this. I'm genuine. I don't fear a lot of things. This man is genuinely scary. You see this guy? This is the face of a scary guy. This guy will take you out. All right, so he took him out. I also had to show you that Leo Terrell, who is the chair of the DOJ task force to combat anti-Semitism, tweeted, "I love my friend." These are the hard men BB surrounded.
I like to get a bunch of men together.
Okay.
Men that are the hardest of the hard. And I want to be with these men.
He came out with this little cheerleading video. I love my friends Donald Trump and Bibi Netanyahu at the Zionist Organization of America. And he released this. This is fucking crazy.
Hey. Supporting America and the greatest president in my lifetime, President Trump, and the Winston Churchill of our time, Prime Minister Netanyahu.
They're calling him Winston Churchill. Bibi, your fit's too hard. Bibi, the car's too expensive. Bibi, the money's too long. The car got too fast. It's not fair. It's just, Bibi, it's not working. Bibi, your hat, what do they call it? The kafiyah? No. the kippah. It's on too hard. They're not going to let you get away with this much swag. It's not going to work. And he has these people out here buck dancing, waving the little flags. Or BB, dude, brother, this man saw that movie Munich, and he took all the wrong or right lessons from it. I'm going to have these people. You know, LBJ had a very bad quote about Black Americans. He's over here saying, I'm going to have these people tap dancing for me for centuries. It's over. I win. I killed my political opponents in the 90s. Survived Obamageddon. I win. Really something. I had everything. So is Iran prime Germany? Dude, Trump today said that Iran is the most evil thing since Nazi Germany. I don't know. We have that here. Crazy stuff. Let's look at him here again with our ambassador, Mr. Huckabee. Look at him. Where's the 7 fingers there? They say you should never bet against America, but I say never bet against Benjamin Netanyahu. He's always going to come out on top. My meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu was today. He sure looked alive and was in great spirits. News to the contrary, phony as a kosher pork chop. Where's our clip? I need to bring this clip back. Let me pull it up here on YouTube. Where's our clip? Where's our clip? Where is it? Where is it? It's right here. It's right here. Let's watch here on YouTube real quick. This is everyone watching Benjamin Netanyahu continue to succeed in spite of it all.
You can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it.
He can't, but he does. He keeps getting away with it. He keeps getting away with it, dude. You thought the ICC could stop him. You thought Donald Trump could stop him. You thought the Iranians could stop him. That was all phony as a kosher pork chop. I'm going to start saying that to people. That's as phony as a kosher pork chop. Dude, is Mike Huckabee Jewish at this point? I don't even understand what this guy did. Mike Huckabee is like the greatest tap dancer of all time. Shine his shoes, please. Shine his shoes. Shine his shoes. And here is Donald Trump. I didn't have the one of the Nazis, but he has this one here today, speaking about how the Iran war is going, because we don't really have much information, so maybe we can go off this.
Frankly, as somebody said, they could leave today, and it would take 10 years to rebuild the damage that's been done. But I think we have to make it a little bit more permanent, because no other president has to go through this, and we shouldn't have any other president having to go through this kind of a thing. And if they didn't want to do it, if for some reason they didn't want to do it,
yeah, we don't have it here. Where is it? Here we go.
Would have the same problem. We don't ever want to have that problem again, not with lunatics. We can't have lunatics controlling nuclear weaponry. So I just want to thank everybody.
Just replay the start real quick.
Frankly, as somebody said, they could leave today, and it would take 10 years to rebuild the damage that's been done. But I think we have to make it a little bit more permanent, because no other president has to go through this, and we shouldn't have any other president having to go through this kind of a thing.
In some ways, this message was interesting to me, because what Trump is saying here is, listen, man, this was going to happen regardless. Your goy ass was going to fund this war. It was going to happen. It was going to happen. So aren't you glad that we ripped off the Band-Aid and did it sooner rather than later? It's actually not the worst pitch I've heard in regards to this. And as someone who doesn't doubt anymore, like, it's going to happen, man. Listen, dude, if you're Gazan, I told you, you need to leave. If you're Iranian, you should leave. This is going to happen. And I say that as someone that loves people. I love humanity. Dude, you're not going to win this. Go to Europe. Go to Europe, go to China, go to Africa, go anywhere else. It's not going to work out for you. It's just not. And it's not fair, but it's just the way it works. It's just not fair. So Really something, man. So that's what our update on Bibi. We have to get to our next story, which is, it's kind of related. Today we had Joe Kent resign. Efra says, I don't believe anything anymore. Deepfakes are getting more sophisticated. Until he actually shows up in the White House, I believe that he is alive or not. So he's Schrodinger's Netanyahu. Could be dead, could be alive. No, I don't think that's bad skepticism to have, Efra. But I'm just saying, I'm more scared of Schrodinger's Netanyahu than the actual Netanyahu. Could he be dead? Could he be alive? I'm kind of scared of it, man. I am pretty scared of it. I'm pretty scared of it. So I rather he be alive than dead, because who knows? Dude, you know he has to have some sort of crazy succession plan. If you thought he was scary, whatever comes next is probably going to be scarier. But yeah, I wonder when we'll see him at the White House. Whenever we see him at the White House, will probably be when Cuba's next or something, because again, he's America's supervisor. He comes in here and he says, I like the logs over here. We're doing well in this aspect. Perfect. We need a little bit more money. This is good. Raise the tax a little bit. You know that. He's our supervisor. All right. But I appreciate that. Today we had Joe Kent resign. For those of you who have been watching for a long time, you may remember, I know Joe Kent. I've worked with Joe Kent. You, sir, are no Joe Kent. All right. I met him at the Trump Doral years ago. I met him and Anthony Sabatini and Bryson Gray, I think. It was a fun time. I made a pretty good friend over there. I was just there because it was $100, and I was like, fuck it, dude, might as well go do something. Get out there and do something, dude. I go to the communist meetings, to the John Birch Society, to these. You gotta go to all of them. You never know who you're gonna meet. This is one of my closest friends now, dude. He loves to fucking take pictures of trains. And it's cool. And we got droning together and shit. He's a cool guy. So you gotta go to all these meetings. Oh, I don't agree with the ideology. All right, whatever, dude. Maybe meet a cool guy who likes trains. He's a fucking great guy. So anyway, I met Joe Kent. And I didn't trust him because I was like, he was very nice. He was very charming, very nice guy. And I was like, you are in the CIA. You were in the CIA. I don't believe in ex-CIA agents. You're in the CIA. You're scary to me. All right. So Joe Kent is a scary fellow. He resigned today because of this war with Iran. And in order to understand this, we're going to have Glenn Beck sum it up to us. But I want to see what was leading up to it. So here we have, you're a train cell, Mr. Elo. Dude, my buddy, he's on this website where he posts the pictures of the trains he takes. Dude, he wants to go to North Korea. For any train people, apparently North Korea has some of the coolest trains because they never got to update them, that are steam engines or something. He's like, I want to go for the trains. That's very cool. You know, I'm not a train guy. I think trains are cool, but I'm not a train cell, honestly. I think they're cool. I appreciate them. I think they're cool. I used to, when I was a kid, I was a big train guy, but over time I've gone. I love to ride trains, though. You know, trains are a lot of fun to ride. All right, let's watch Pete Hegseth on the lead up to this.
Because you, and I mean specifically you, the press, specifically you, the press corps, because you cheer against Trump so hard, it's like in your DNA and in your blood to cheer against Trump, because you want him not to be successful so bad, you have to cheer against the efficacy of these strikes. You have to hope maybe they weren't effective. Maybe the way the Trump administration has represented them isn't true. So let's take half-truths, spun information, leaked information, and then spin it. Spin it in every way we can to try to cause doubt and manipulate the public mind over whether or not our brave pilots were successful. How many stories have been written about how hard it is to, I don't know, fly a plane for 36 hours? Has MSNBC done that story? Has Fox? Have we done the story how hard that is? Have we done it 2 or 3 times so that American people understand? How about how difficult it is to shoot a drone from an F-15 or 16 or F-22 or F-35? Or what it's like to man a Patriot battery? Or how hard it is to refuel midair? Giving the American people an understanding of how complex and sophisticated this mission really was. There are so many aspects of what our brave men and women did that...
So he's doing Rodney Dangerfield. I get no respect. I go home to my wife, dinner's not made. I get no respect. Where's the respect? I get no respect. Can I get some respect over here? Can I get some respect? I need a little respect. Where's your respect? I'll pull up a Dangerfield so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I don't know how the average age we have here, but I don't know if people are familiar with these guys, man. I was a big stand-up guy back in the day. I really liked stand-up. I got no respects. I got no respects. Rodney Dangerfield. Where is it? Here it is. There it is. Here it is. Yeah, Pete Hegseth doing the Rodney Dangerfield impression. Great stuff. Let's watch here.
I tell you, I'm all right now, but last week I was in rough shape, you know? Now, last week I told my wife I need a home improvement loan. She gave me $1,000 to move out. I'll tell you, my wife, there's always something, you know? Well, the other day I called her up. I said to her, honey, I've been thinking about the last time we had sex. I'm getting excited. She said, who is this? I'll tell you, my wife, she never went for me. Well, the first time I called her up, she told me, come on over, there's nobody home. I went over, there was nobody home. My wife, she drives me nuts. Oh, she was afraid of the dark, she saw me.
That's Pete Hegseth. Our government, the people in charge, are all like stand-up heads, dude. Maybe that's what Joe Rogan did to our government. He made our government a stand-up comedy thing. That legalized comedy, right? Elon Musk, we got legalized comedy. And now Pete Hegseth is over here. The press, they walk in here. They tell me that it's not working out. They get no respect. They can't even talk about the F-22. I get no respect. So we're reaching Fredo levels in the government. I'm smart. I can do things. I was a little Mexican, but you know what I mean. Get no respect. BB could play Dangerfield in a movie. I could play BB in a movie. Dude, I'm scared of that role, dude. You know how actors are scared of a role? I'd be scared to play him. Can I do him this service? Will I achieve Benjamin Netanyahu? Will I be cursed by this role? Is it like saying Macbeth in the theater? Okay, like, is this the Irish play? You know, it's scary shit. So we have this stand-up bit being done. I also think it's important to throw this in here because Tucker Carlson can't get no respect either. Apparently, they're filing a case against him. Tucker, fresh out of prison. Imagine that when Tucker comes out of prison with a grill, he's got like on his knuckles MAGA, real MAGA on here, real MAGA. Comes out there, he's got the AB tattoo on it because he had to survive. You know, he's got the AB tattoo on his forehead. Like that movie, what's it called? Shooter? No, what is it called, man? The one with the guy from Game of Thrones. Shot caller. I became the head of the Aryan Brotherhood because I had to protect my family. I'm the real MAGA. You know, so apparently they're filing a case on him. Let's listen to what he has to say.
The CIA is preparing some kind of criminal referral against me, a crime report to the Department of Justice on the basis of a supposed crime I committed. What's that crime? Well, talking to people in Iran before the war. They read my texts. So the crime under consideration apparently would be the Foreign Agent Act or something like that, acting as an agent of a foreign power. And I don't expect this to go anywhere. I'm not too worried about an actual criminal case against me for a bunch of reasons. One, I'm not an agent of a foreign power. Unlike a lot of people commenting on U.S. politics and global affairs, I have only one loyalty, and that's the United States, and have never acted against it. Its interests are the only interests I care about because I'm from here and I have a lot of kids. So that's not a concern. I've also never taken money from anybody. Don't need it, don't want it, and that's provable. And moreover, it's my job to talk to everybody all the time and try and figure out what's happening around the world. That's literally what I do for a living, and I'm not going to stop doing that, nor should I don't think. I'm also an American. I can talk to anybody. I have no secrets to divulge. So legally, I think the case is ludicrous, and I doubt it will even become a case. I'm bringing this up for a couple of reasons, though, and they're pretty obvious. One is that countries tend to become more authoritarian in wartime. It's just the nature of war. People are dying. The stakes are high. People's emotions have risen to a very high point, to a crescendo. And so there's much less tolerance for any kind of dissent in the homeland. The irony, of course, is the United States fights wars on behalf of freedom, but there's always less of it here in our country during war. So that's a widely recognized phenomenon, and it's likely to happen now too.
A modern day Eugene V. Debs. If you were wondering, I think we can be rest assured that Tucker is on the bad guy list. They're building a case against Tucker out here, man. But he's not giving in. He doesn't possess the slave mind. Sorry, I lost you guys there for a second. Go on, Tucker, say it.
Say the N word. Go on.
This is the Kanye West of white people. Free man walking. I'm not a foreign agent. I'm just an American. You're the foreign agent. Tucker's really leaning into the CIA training, deny everything, admit nothing, make counter accusations. How about Barry Weiss? Let's go check on Leo's wife if she's getting any grief, any money from these Middle Easterners to promote something. Tucker Carlson is a free man. This is a free man. This is not a man who will bow for anyone except Jesus. Okay, great stuff. Now, this was all the lead up to this resignation. Okay? Joe Kent has resigned as director of the Counterterrorism Center, alleging that Israel misled the president into conflict with Iran, and that the powerful Israel lobby threatened and pressured Trump into the war. Quote, high-ranking Israeli officials and influential members of the American media deployed a misinformation that wholly undermined your America First platform and sowed pro-war sentiments to encourage a war with Iran. Pretty big accusation. I think there's probably some kernel of truth here. We've speculated that Trump is being, if not manipulated, like they've created this environment for him, this environment where he's being told what's going on. We've speculated that on this show, and we've even seen some confirmation that it's somewhat true. So I'm not surprised to hear that from Mr. Kent. And so a lot of people, this is the whole letter. We're not going to read the whole thing. We're going to see Glenn Beck's take on it. A lot of people are taking this as a vindication. They're saying Donald Trump is controlled by Israel, by Benjamin Netanyahu. I will say this, because we're in the age of the op. We have been, at least. And this is why I don't take anything too seriously on this channel. Joe Kent is a CIA agent. I don't trust him as far as I could throw him. And I'm so surprised in this era of Candace Owens, where people are like, he's CIA. He works for the Mossad. He works for this. He works for that. He works for Qatar. That we're just going to take a CIA agent at his word. I don't know what the bigger picture is here, fellas. I don't know if this is a pressure release valve. I don't know if there's another agenda. But it's something. It's something to consider. Efra says, I think it was some guy in Russia, not the I country. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. It might sound crazy, but I know what I mean. Okay. Well, then maybe this is a distraction from that. Who knows? Here was President Trump's reaction to Joe Kent resigning. What he had to say, wearing green for St. Patrick's Day. We're wearing green on the show, too. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all the Irish people.
Your director of National Counterterrorism, Joe Kent, he just resigned today. He said he can't support your conflict with Iran. What's your reaction to that? And did you?
Well, I read his statement. I always thought he was a nice guy, but I always thought he was weak on security, very weak on security. I didn't know him well, but I thought he seemed like a pretty nice guy. But when I read his statement, I realized that it's a good thing that he's out, because he said that Iran was not a threat. Iran was a threat. Every country realized what a threat Iran was. The question is whether or not they wanted to do something about it. And many people, many of the greatest military scholars are saying for years that presidents should have taken out Iran because they wanted a nuclear weapon. They were, if we didn't do the attack, or if, I'll go a step further, If I didn't terminate the Iran nuclear deal given to us, one of the worst deals ever made by Barack Hussein Obama. Remember when they...
All right. And then we go spinning off. What's funny is that Trump's impression of Joe Kent is the same exact impression that I have. Okay? I'm like, I don't know the man, but I met him once and he seemed like a nice guy. That was my impression. But of course, as you'd expect, I never liked him. I walked into the room and I said, this Joe Kent guy, he's weak. He's a weak man. Okay, he's not a very smart man. It's genetics, folks. It's genetics. What you'd expect, right? Can't get no respect. That's some crazy stuff. How you doing, Islamuddin Atayi? Who cares if he's alive or not? It could be anything happening in this danger. I completely agree, Islamuddin Atayi. I completely agree. We're an analysis show, fellas. We're Baudrillardians. We're just trying to make sense of it. And I see Mr. Elu saying maybe he's trying to do like some sort of media career. When I met Joe Kent, he didn't strike me as that kind of guy. You have to remember, Joe Kent is a guy whose wife was killed working for the CIA in Afghanistan, if I'm not mistaken. He didn't strike me as the kind of guy who's like just trying to grift, but at this point, you know, everyone's just trying to grift. And I was surprised to see his appointment at all. So let's see what Glenn Beck's reaction is, and here we'll get content of the letter. All right, let me put this on 1.25 because it's Mr. Glenn Beck. Let's see what he has to say about this whole thing.
There's something that's just happened that is remarkably historic. I want to read it to you. President Trump, this comes from the Director of National Intelligence and National Counterterrorism Center, Joseph Kent. President Trump, after much reflection, I've decided to resign from my position as Director of the National Counterterrorism Center effective today. I cannot, in good conscience, support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. I know. This is so damaging. This is Pentagon Papers stuff. This is as important as the Pentagon Papers. This is going to possibly change the course of America. I support the values of foreign policies that you campaigned on in 2020, 2024, which you enacted in your first term. Until June of 2025, you understood that wars in the Middle East were a trap that robbed America of the precious lives of our patriots and depleted the wealth and prosperity of our nation. In your first administration, you understood better than any modern president how to decisively apply military power without getting us drawn into a never-ending war. You demonstrated this by killing Soleimani and defeating ISIS. Early in this administration, high-ranking Israeli officials and influential members of the American media deployed a misinformation campaign that wholly undermined your American-first platform and sowed pro-war sentiments to encourage a war with Iran. This echo chamber was used to deceive you into believing that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States. This is incredible. You can say a lot of things, but to say that Donald Trump is a dupe and has been duped by a foreign power because he wasn't smart enough to figure it out is absolutely insane. Jason, your analysis on this?
I think that we need an immediate statement from DNI Tulsi Gabbard immediately to go into the details that they probably did not even want to go into at the moment, but they're going to have to now. This is incredibly irresponsible, and it needs to be cleared up 5 minutes ago. They need to go into rapid damage control mode and explain exactly point by point and counter everything Joe Kent just said. Now, I don't have a problem with, so Joe Kent he's always seemed to me to be kind of like a very libertarian voice within the administration. And his wife dying in Syria, I'm sure that pushed him further towards the no war camp.
Sure does.
And I can get that. I like having an anti-Bolton style group of people within it. We need those voices. But this is so irresponsible. You might as well just say that, I read the protocols of the elders of Zion and, the Jews control the world. He basically said that.
He basically said that. Jews control the United States of America.
Come on. This is so irresponsible. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. And the only reason saying something like this, you might as well, it's got to be an attention grab. It's got to be. I don't know. He's throwing
And again, unlike the Pentagon Papers, where's the evidence of this?
Yep, none.
There's no evidence of this. So he has just taken, and this was my problem, and I said this yesterday, I've said this every day since the war started. I don't need more opinions. I need more facts. I'm tired of opinions. I want facts. If this is true, back it up with facts. Show me how this happened. Do you have any evidence that those things happened, Ricky?
Don't get me started. I didn't want to bring the story to you.
You do. No, you do have the evidence. You have the written word from those allies that are all Arabs. Yes, I have that. Do you have the evidence to the other side that Israel is trying to do this war to destroy the Arab world? No, you have an opinion. Well, I've got an ass and an opinion. They're both worth exactly the same thing. They're not worth a damn thing. Give me the facts. That is the problem with this country. You have too many people like me who are paid to give you an opinion and perspective on what the hell all of this means. Unfortunately, there are so many of us that some people have to get a leg up on somebody else. I've got to get more clicks. I've got to get more advertisers. I got to get more followers. I got to get whatever it is.
Glenn Beck is saying this, the man who speaks to AI George Washington.
And so they no longer attach themselves to facts. I have some things that I think I know about this situation that I think is really important, but I'm not going to share them because I don't have any facts to back them up. I don't have any evidence to back it up. I have gut feelings. So, Glenn, why don't you say it? Because they're gut feelings. They're not facts. And when you're talking about the destruction of...
He literally got AI George Washington to say that the founding fathers would support the Iran war. What?
People. When you're talking about war and killing people, when you're talking about possibility of World War III, when you're talking about dividing this nation into two groups, I hate them Jews. And I just want to know what the truth is. I don't want to get involved in anybody else's. When you're dividing us this hard on something this dark, produce the damn evidence, Joe.
Say the M word. Go on.
Is Joe Kent literally Hitler? What happened to being against cancel culture? He's reading the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, which was debunked by Alan Dulles. So you're telling me that Donald Trump hired Hitler? Is that what Glenn Beck is telling me? Does that make Trump super Hitler? Because only super Hitler would hire Hitler. Right? I mean, I've never seen Glenn this angry. He might as well have called him the N-word. He might as well say, call Joe Kent a Nazi. Hitler. Mecha Hitler? Like Grok? And we want evidence? Glenn Beck, why don't we just ask AI George Washington? He could give us the evidence. What? This is... Glenny boy. You can't... I thought cancel culture was bad. I thought cancel culture was bad. Efra says, the chessboard is more complicated than it seems. It's not what it seems on the surface. I know what I mean. Absolutely true. It's not a single interest. Oh, I completely agree with that, Efra. Which is what kind of confuses me about Joe Kent's statement. This is a big deal, this resignation, I guess. I don't think it'll be remembered in a little bit. But, parting shots on the way out. Joe Kent in there like Dave Chappelle and Half-Baked. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're controlled by Israel. I'm out. That's crazy. That's crazy. Glenn Beck canceled Trump after he won 16. I don't remember that, Mystery Loop, but I don't doubt it. He's out here calling. This is a man who lost his wife. I saw someone asking if it was whether in Syria or Afghanistan. Do we want to get through the whole rigmarole? Do we know where Joe Kent's wife died? Did she actually die? Is she down in Cuba torturing Khalid Sheikh Mohammed right now? Who even knows with these CIA people? And if what Glenn Beck says here is true, these CIA people, they could be dangerous. It's like the Wu-Tang. Are they producing Hitlers at the CIA? Are they making the CIA? Ironically, the founder of the CIA debunked the elders of the Protocols of Zion or whatever. And now we have a CIA agent who's talking about the protocols of elders of Zion. I mean, that's what he said. Not good stuff, Glenn. Not good stuff. I've never seen Glenn that angry, man. Glenn's in his pain zone.
Welcome to the pain zone. It's where we live.
We live in that. And the lady doth protest too much is the way I would look at it. Listen, let's not get into the whole thing, but let's get into something, okay? Glenn Beck owns the shoes from the Wizard of Oz. Glenn Beck is a little bit suspicious. This may be a potential homosexual. Maybe a Lindsey Graham situation over here. He's married, he has kids. When did that ever stop anyone? If I could have any movie prop, it wouldn't be the shoes from the Wizard of Oz. And he's protesting a little bit too much. The lady with the Wizard of Oz shoes. I wonder if he's wearing them under there. Under like he's wearing the shoes. You know, he's like, he clicks his red heels together and goes back to Tel Aviv. I'm kidding, folks. I'm kidding. I just want to go home. You know, it's really Glenn Beck. You're accusing Trump of hiring Hitler. Of hiring Hitler? Joe Kent lit a fuse and ducked out. That's really something. That's really something. So I'm sure this story is going to go away. No one's really going to care about it in a bit. I think the Tulsi resignation would matter more. I forgot Joe Kent was in the administration. There's no place like Israel. That's a great one, Mr. Ephra says, the truth is everyone thinks they are playing everyone, and they actually are. Right. I do think that Bibi in particular, though, has this thing where, like, you think that you can play Stalin. Stalin's playing you every single time. Every single time. No, I stole that from you, Mr. Evil. I stole that from you. But it's really something. Glenny, boy. And Tulsi supporting the war. Tulsi is an odd one. I would expect her to be more vocal. But the thing is, you know what this reminds me of a lot, and people will forget this, but when Trey Gowdy resigned, I think in 2017, because he was like, I can't handle this Trump shit. This is anything I've lived like in my whole life. If this is the case, if Joe Kent is telling us something that is true, wouldn't you want to stay in to moderate everything? I mean, that's Tony Blair's excuse for going into the Iraq war with Bush. But listen, man, if I work at a company and the CEO is a schizophrenic, he comes in one day, he tells me, hey, Leo, guess what? I go, what? And he goes, the Smithsonian has the bones of giants and they're hiding them from us. And I want you to break in with me to steal them so we can prove it to the world. I heard it on Tucker Carlson. And I go, all right, buddy, all right. I'm not sure if that's true. And let's say I'm the CFO. I don't want to resign because this man is crazy. We're going to have a story in the New York Times about the CEO of whatever chemical company I'm working at has broken into the Smithsonian. I want to stay in there and be like, hey, listen, we'll break in tomorrow. How about that? Let's wait it for a week. Let's do a little bit more research. Find out where and what's the right room at the Smithsonian. Let's see if we can FOIA or something. I don't want to resign because then it's over for me too, you know? I don't want to resign. Dude, like, come on. It's kind of like if your parents started telling you that they got attacked by demons, even though they sleep with a bunch of dogs in the bed, and they woke up with scratches, you'd be like, all right, Mom, you know, I love you. Let me stay with you for a week. I'll fight the demons for you, Mama. Don't worry about it. You know, that's how I would feel about the whole thing. Seems like Joe Kent didn't want to do that at all. Fascinating stuff. This country is going insane, dude. It's going insane. It's just going insane.
We live in hell. We live in the gutter.
Our CIA agents are reading the protocols of Elders of Zion. It's really something. All right, our time is up for the day, man. We missed some stuff. I'm thinking of ripping off Jon Stewart and doing a moment of Zen. I think we could do it from The Goyim Have Gone Insane. Let's watch this here. This is going to be our moment of Zen. We're going to do a moment of Zen at the end of the show. How about that? We'll do a moment of Zen. Let's go over here to one of my favorite segments. What does this young lady have to say about men?
Let's talk about some of the rules that I have for the men in my life. I will not drive a man anywhere. If we're going somewhere together, he can come pick me up. If I have to drive myself there, then I'm just going to go somewhere alone. I don't pay for anything for a man. I won't pay for dinner. I won't pay for movie tickets. I won't pay for gifts. I do not buy anything for a man. If I'm going to pay for my own dinner, I'm going to eat it alone. I would much rather eat my dinner by myself. The fact that I'm allowing him to be in my presence. If I go to dinner with a man, I expect for him to pay for my dinner for me. I don't give men my phone number. I don't give men explanations. I don't give men straight answers. I don't answer most of men's questions. I require men to ask the question over and over and over again for me to identify whether or not they're actually serious about wanting to know the answer and to know more about why they want to know the answer. Sometimes men ask questions just as an ego validation to get you to answer them. Let's talk about some of the...
So all the comments here are calling this woman a transsexual, which may be true, may be false. But again, isn't it scarier if this is a transsexual? Back in the day, when Eddie Murphy was getting caught in Hollywood sleeping with these transsexuals, it wasn't a big, they were a cheap date. You know, it was a cheap, and now even the transsexuals, it's going to be hard to pull. You got to do this. It's just, so, you know, maybe it's not the own you think it is. Maybe at this point, it's even going to be hard to get a cheap date, man. It used to be a cheap date. Dude, in Colombia, 50% of the prostitutes were transsexuals. It was crazy. It was crazy. I was walking around Medellin, and I'm like, wait, what happened? Where did all the transsexuals come? This is crazy. What a terrible country. What a terrible place to live. The election is secured, fellas. I did my little mission down there. It was a vacation. But it's a terrible country. It's a very bad place. I don't recommend you visit Colombia. It's not nice. It's not. They tried to give me shit over my passport. And I was like, excuse me, your president is a cuck. Okay, your president was the first one to cuck to my president. Your president is a cuck. You're going to try to not let me get back to the United States? How about you speed it up, Speedy Gonzalez? Or I'll have Delta Force down here by midnight, and they'll kidnap your guy. He'll be playing cards with Maduro in New York in 2 hours. How about that? I'm an American. Excuse me, I have priority. Excuse me, get out of my way. I'm American. This is an American passport. I love America. America first. America the greatest. America the great empire of the world. We control everything. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. Oh, excuse me. Hang on. Can I look at the Colombian F-22 program? Oh, I see you don't have one. Oh, how fascinating. Well, we have those, and we will get Leo out of there. Extract, you know, so. No, it's a terrible place, dude. Do not visit Colombia. It's terrible. I did not like it at all. The food is so bad. The food is horrible. I was just eating Venezuelan food because there's a bunch of Venezuelans. I got to catch up with my cousin down there. She showed me the Venezuelan spots. I was like, dude, I don't know how these Colombians eat this stuff. How do they eat this? How do they eat it? Effer says, if you initially think that trans is beautiful before knowing that is a man gay, I don't think that's gay. You know, I'm transgender myself. I identify as transgender, fellas. I'm a cis man. That's a man, but I identify as a transgender just because I think it's advantageous and correct to do that. I think that the transgenders have been fighting for our freedoms in general. I know that may be a little bit controversial, but, you know, I feel like we know each other well enough at this point. X on the passport, you know. So, you know, I'm a transgender. So I don't think that's gay. I don't think that's gay at all. I would not sleep with a transgender, most likely. That would be kind of gross. That would not be very nice. Because I'm not gay. But, yeah, I don't think that I think once you do the Eddie Murphy and you commit to it, that's when it starts to get a little suspicious. All right. I just, All right. That's our moment of zen. Dude, Colombia was terrible. I really didn't like it. I really didn't like it. You know those people live in the mountains in Bogota and Medellin? And you're walking around, you're going, why do you live here? You know they don't need a catalytic converter. It's not required down there. And they all have two-stroke motorcycles, so they're burning gasoline and oil. So they're smogging up everything. And you're walking around and you're going, why can't I feel my face right now? And you get home, you take a shower, and your hair is black. It's just like, dude, this place sucks. I hate it here. Can't wait till Venezuela gets better. Then like Full Hat always says, right? I can go back. I can go back. No, I'm an American, dude. I die here. I love this place. But Venezuela is going to be very nice once it gets fixed up, guys. You got to get down there. And Cuba, we didn't even touch on today, but, you know, a lot of transgender prostitutes. That's your thing. You can go down to Colombia. There's a lot of transgender prostitutes. If you're new here, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment. Make sure you check out the new video for today, which is about let me check it out here. By the way, I was late on the movie club, fellas, but it was because I was down there and I thought I could shoot video down there, but you can't because of the smog. It's terrible. So here's a new video for anyone. Go in there, hype it. It's called "Why Do Nigerians Have Low Self-Esteem?" Because we're out here trying to spike everyone's cortisol. I brought a whiteboard back. We have a whiteboard for the channel now. We have a whiteboard. I bought this in Colombia for $10. We have a whiteboard. So we have a whiteboard. I hope you guys enjoy the whiteboard. It's not a blackboard. It's not racist. It's the whiteboard. So appreciate everyone tuning in. What don't you understand, Eves? And Islam, you're new here. All the media must stop there. Talk through one's hand. This is too dangerous war. If you are unable to stop, and there's no chance for humanity living in peace forever. Dude, the war's not going to stop, dude. It's not going to stop. Straight up, it's not going to stop. If you're in Iran, dude, you should leave. If you're in Gaza, you should leave. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm going to leave. Oh, cisgender? That means that I'm a man who identifies as a man. I'm a cisgendered man, but I will still identify as transgender because it's advantageous. Professor Leo. Professor Yang. Cisgender is one of those newer words that started a few years ago. It's kind of gone out of fashion, but the transgenders, dude, they're trying to keep you out of the draft, and you're mad at them. They're trying to tell you, hey, why you want to identify as a dude? If there's what's the point of that? So I appreciate everyone tuning in. Big night for Venezuela. Big night. Let's play the original Venezuela national anthem right here. Because Venezuela won. Again, I love America, guys. I will always love America. It's my favorite country. In the Olympics, in basketball, I always root for America. I love America. It's my favorite country in the world. But when it comes to baseball and soccer, guys, come on. It's not America's sport. I mean, baseball sort of, but come on. It's the underdog, right? I'm always going to go for Venezuela on that one. Irish people that are Americans go for Ireland, all right? I'm not sending money to the IRA. I'm just rooting for the Venezuelan baseball team. What's the big deal? I love America. I root for America in the Olympics, on swimming, on, what else? Oh, this is like a common one. On swimming, on basketball, on track and field. I root for them on everything. I can't root for a little Chile and a little Venezuela on the soccer and the baseball. I can't root for them. Is that so bad? All right, everyone. I'm predicting how the world goes. That's a good effort. All right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow after having a very good Venezuelan meal. See you guys then.
Change the world. My final message. Goodbye. Change the world. My final message. Goodbye. Change the world.
the world my final message. Goodbye.